Hello and welcome to episode 40 of the Successful Garden Design Show. In this episode we're going to be celebrating our 14th year anniversary. So I've got 14 years worth of student gardens all packed into 14 minutes. If you're frustrated your garden doesn't look as beautiful as it could, even though you've purchased lots of lovely plants, then help is at hand. Plants are not enough. You have to have a good design layout. And when you combine design with the beauty of plants, that's when the magic really happens. It's our mission here at Successful Garden Design to show you how to do it, and it's much easier than you may think. I'm Rachel Matthews and I've been a professional international garden designer for over 30 years, and I teach garden design online. So we're going to start off our 14-year tour in England in a back garden that's owned by Pat. Now Pat's in her 70s and she's done a great little design. As you can see, she's added a lot of interest to that very boring lawn by creating a lovely seating area her husband seems to be enjoying, and a lovely water feature as a focal point. And she's done a lovely transformation, and it's nice and low maintenance as well. Now we whip across to Portugal, and this is Simon and Imi's garden, and it was in a bit of a state to begin with, but they have done an amazing transformation. A lot of really old paving had to come up, and they put in beautiful seating area and barbecue pit and a lovely entertainment area, but as you can see it was very run down when they got there, but the end result, I think you agree, is absolutely stunning. The location of course doesn't hurt either, does it? Beautiful. Anyway, moving on from sunny Portugal over to Canada, and this is Ingrid's garden. She was 69 when she did this, and she not only designed the garden herself, but she built it as well. So it involved quite a lot of hard work. She put in a brick edge to keep the lawn shape retained, and built some seating areas with fire pit, and the garden, she's done an absolutely stunning job with it. Now we head off to Germany to see Silas's garden. Now at the moment it's just a computer model with probably the most realistic graphics I think I've ever seen. Now we don't actually teach how to do computer graphics. I teach the old-fashioned method of pencil and paper because it's so much easier. There's a big learning curve when it comes to learning these softwares. So we focus on the design principles, but many of our students do actually have those skills, and as you can see they produce really amazing results with them. But it really is the design principles that get the results, not the software packaging. So don't worry if this isn't something you feel you're able to do. Just a pencil and paper is more than enough to create an amazing design. From Germany we now jet off to New South Wales in Australia. And yes, this is another larger garden. We'll get to some smaller gardens in a moment, but you can see the before was really quite dull and dreary, and then just doing a very simple design here has made the garden both beautiful and functional for the dogs to run around in and to relax and enjoy. And then Pamela has updated me a year later with some lovely photos, so it's great to see how the garden is progressing over time. Now we land in the UK in a tiny little beautiful courtyard garden designed by Deborah. Now this was actually a garden that she entered into a competition the RHS were holding to design an eco-friendly sustainable garden for their flower show in Tatton Park, and she was one of the lucky winners and got her garden built. Here she is enjoying the day at the lovely Tatton Park flower show, and what a wonderful little garden she had built. And this one was a design plan that Gillian did for a competition to win a place in a well-known garden design school, but I don't think she needs it, judging by the look of that work, so very impressive. And still in the UK, this is Francis's garden. This is the before, and this is the after. Just a little bit of reshaping and putting some extra plants in, that's all it takes, but it's the shape that is so important, and that's what we teach in the Shape First system in all of our courses. And what a beautiful garden they've created. Another one in the UK, this is Ruth's garden, and actually Ruth was a client of mine from many years ago. When she moved house she got in touch to see whether I could design this garden for her, but sadly I was just only teaching at that point. So I suggested she tried one of the garden design courses and learnt for herself, and she did. And look at the results. She's done a fantastic job, and she's so pleased that now she has this skill to design her own garden. This is Sander's garden, and Sander is in Holland, and as you can see it had quite a boring blank canvas, but he's created interest with the hard landscaping layout. And the pool is a beautiful focal point. So I hope at some point Sander will send me some updated pictures. It'd be lovely to see how it looks now. But already in its first 18 months, it's already really growing so well. He's done a great job with the planting there. And another successful garden design student favourite, and that's Wolfgang from Germany. And I think he was one of our first students that to put his design through CAD. But as you can see, he started out with this huge mound of soil, which would put most people off, but undeterred, Wolfgang not only did the design himself, but he also did all the work himself, and it took many weekends to transform this pile of soil into this beautiful contemporary garden. And he's worked very hard over a long period of time to do this all himself. So he had no previous design experience whatsoever. So he did the Great Garden Formula course, and same one Ingrid did, and yeah, he's done a tremendous job. I hope he's very proud of all he's achieved, and it's great that he's kept in touch and sent me photos over the years. So the garden's matured beautifully. Now we leave Germany and head off over to Australia for Anne's garden. And they had a very boring front garden. As you can see, they've transformed it with a very beautiful and simple design that has just really brought a very dull space to life. Now this garden was sent to me recently, that's the before, and this is the after. Now this is Jill and Andrew's garden, and they are in the UK. So this was year 1, and then very recently they have updated me with how it's looking a year later. And wow, what a difference. Everything's grown just wonderfully. I mean, that lawn is looking incredible. So beautiful job that they've done with their garden. And now another really well-loved garden design student is Sam, and Sam's gone on after she completed the Great Garden Formula course. You can see her garden before and after, quite a transformation. She's gone on to do garden design professionally and is successfully running her own garden design and maintenance consultancy and putting her talents to great use on a daily basis, which is lovely. We've had quite a lot of our students go on to do design professionally, and she also did, as well as the Great Garden Formula course, which is our main professional course, she also did the plant design formula, and again she's come up with some lovely combinations, really stunning. So I'm very pleased that Sam's done so well and is now helping other people create equally beautiful gardens. So if you've ever dreamed of becoming a garden designer, Sam is living proof that it's possible to completely retrain, and yeah, you can do this for a living as well. So I hope it's inspired you too. And you can contact Sam via her website chilterngardendesign.com, and she tells her story on the Successful Garden Design blog, so you can see the types of stunning gardens that she's been creating now that she's a professional garden designer. As you can see, absolutely beautiful work. So Sam's in the UK, and now we head over to Spain, to Anna's garden, and quite a transformation. Again, a very small and awkward space, but she's really made the most of it with the landscaping layout. So here is the before, and this is what she's done with it. And now we leave Spain and head on over to South Africa for Zach's garden. Now Zach is a really passionate gardener, and he tried on his own for 7 years to do his garden, and he struggled. And then he discovered the Great Garden Formula, and then he came up with this really beautiful design, and then he set about re-landscaping his garden for, I think this is the 5th time he's redone it, but he's keeping this one, I'm pleased to say. And yeah, he's done a lovely mix with the sweeping curves and then the sort of the wildflower look, and it's really beautiful, and such a transformation from just the grass with a few plants dotted around to a very inviting and usable space. And then from South Africa we go to Costa Rica to visit Rebecca's garden, and she inherited, well, quite a monstrosity of a pool, and it would have been really expensive to dig it out and remove it all, so she decided she'd tackle it and beautify it. So really awkward shaped garden, L-shaped, and you can see this pool just dominates the space really badly, and as you can see, she's come up with a wonderful design that snakes around the garden and drawing the eye from side to side, which is what helps make the space look bigger. And although, yeah, that's an awkward shaped pond and you're never going to get rid of that aspect, she has made so much more with the rest of the garden that it draws your eye past that awkward pool and created a really beautiful and tranquil space. And Rebecca is another one of our successful garden design students that has gone on to do this professionally, and here's some other little projects that she has been involved in. And yeah, there wasn't garden design training available in Costa Rica, so it was great that she was able to hop online and do the Great Garden Formula course. And yeah, she, even in the tiniest spaces, it shows you what design can do. So well done, Rebecca. And as you can see from the rest of her work that you know, she didn't miss out not being able to get to a traditional college. And now back to the UK for a keen amateur. This is Barbara's garden, and she's completely transformed it with some beautiful landscaping, and they've got stunning views, so the garden needed to make sure it made the most of the space and those views, and definitely Barbara has achieved that, and here it's on a year later, so her garden is looking wonderful now. And we're on our last few gardens. This is Jude's garden, and she's done an amazing job with the transformation. Sorry, the picture's a bit blurry. And then on to Karen's garden, and quite a long garden, and they've really taken on board the design and really gone for the shapes and have made the most of their space. They had some quite awkward levels to tackle, and yeah, some really beautiful landscaping there. And for our final garden, this is Margaret and David's garden. You can see they started out with just a square of lawn, and this is what David transformed it into. Now, we started out the video with Pat's garden, who's in her 70s, but David's 82. So it just goes to show age is no excuse not to do your garden. So I don't know about you, but I find all of the gardens that we featured today and all of the people that have just learnt the principles and gone on and done it to be really inspiring. So I hope you've enjoyed the gardens that our students have done over the last 14 years, condensed into 14 minutes. And they're a great demonstration of how following a simple design formula can help you to achieve fantastic results. So if you'd like to do one of my garden design courses so that you can achieve these results in your garden, then head on over to successfulgardendesigner.com/14. There you will be able to get a special anniversary discount until the 1st of November. So I look forward to seeing you in one of the courses soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Look, could you just do something different? Yeah, like sit down. Yeah, just sitting. I don't want your bottom in the camera. Yeah. This isn't great. Just. Stay there. Stay. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Just behave. Just behave. Sit down. Just sit down. Sit. Just behave. No chasing wasps. Just sit down. Yeah, thank you.